Just got done with a Twitter space. Now I'm going to come in here and everyone's going to ask me the same fucking shit. And I'll talk about it again. Made a Twitter space expecting some of you to buck up and say something that y'all are scared of that microphone. Because you'll hear the emotion in the voice. You don't want them to hear that emotion. People will know you're all worked up, emotional, mad, angry, upset, scared, confused. Worried about getting drafted to Iran. You have no faith in the president. And we'll remember you having no faith. No, I'm not concerned at all. I'm not concerned at all. I trust Trump. Colaris. Is that your name? Colaris. I'll call you Colaris. I don't care if that's how you say it or not. I like it. Colaris. Yeah, everything's going to be fine. Trump punked Iran again. Watch. He did it once. He did it again. Why would you be banned? Doubt all thoughts, Ivan. Bring all thoughts into captivity, Ivan. Get out of your own head, Ivan. It's crazy. People are in their own head, bro. About everything. Not just on the internet. It's in real life, too. Gets old. Dude, it was 90 degrees today when I walked to work. The sun was beaming down. Iran is currently launching missiles at Israel. It remains to be seen if they will strike America. I doubt they will. Me personally, I don't see it happening. But if they do, Donald Trump will smack them down, and that's just something you got to realize. All right? I don't want war, but I'll tell you this. If Iran chooses war, Donald Trump he ain't going to fuck them up. It's not going to be good for them. Now, that don't mean I want it to happen, but it is what it is at this point. I mean, there's two ways this can go. It can go the easy way or the hard way, which is what Trump told him a few weeks ago. You know, let's do it the easy way. They went with the hard way so far. Maybe they continue down that path. Or maybe they go, damn, this guy fucking crazy. Like, nah. Do you want to keep pushing this guy? He's been saying it for like 15 years, probably longer than that. But at least 15 that I know of. Documented, interviews, tweets, it's all there. You can find it. I'm saying it, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, don't act shocked by it. I don't think it's shocking at all. They acted like he bombed Greenland or something. They just, once again, this is acting a fool about it. Just relax. This is the normal way. What do you mean stream the normal way? Oh, not vertically? Well, too late, yeah. Oh, that's right. You can't. Yeah. You can't even minimize. Yeah, you can, right? I don't know. I've never watched a short First of all, I don't know why live streams would be in YouTube Shorts. That's kind of weird if you think about it. That doesn't make a bit of sense. What's short about a live stream? Is the opposite of short. It's actually the opposite of a short, a live stream. But I don't control YouTube. I don't. They was wanting you to stream like this. They were putting on some type of promotion a couple months ago. They were pushing people to stream vertically. You would open your phone and it would be like stream vertically for a boost. Like they'll boost you out more. People will be able to find you easier or something. I don't know why they were pushing that so hard. Well, I'll stream vertically next time or horizontally, whatever the hell it is. I'll flip my phone around next time. Can't do it now. It's too late. You're too damn late with this information. Oh, damn. I didn't know I could do this. All right, hold on a minute. They're saying this is Trump. They're delusional. But I got these. So here's your tweets. If you remember, way back when he killed that general, I don't know what happened in January. Is that when he killed the general in January 2020? I think that's what happened here, but this guy said it wouldn't age well, and it did age well. Nothing happened. We didn't go to war. This is back when Trump drone struck the general, and they said we were going to be in World War III. We're always about to be in World War III. Like every couple of months, oh my God, here it comes. And then here's me all the way back then telling you the same shit I'm telling you now. This is what's going to happen, okay? Some fake bullshit that leads to nothing. And then it'll be done. Now, I don't know if Israel's probably going to keep attacking. They got a different thing going on, Israel. But as far as America, I mean, we're done here. Trump said, we're done here. We're done. That's what he's telling them. He's like, we're done here. Now, you can choose for us not to be done. You can escalate this. The ball's in your court. But I'm saying I'm done. I've hit these nuclear facilities. I told you you're not making a bomb. I made it clear. I'm the most powerful motherfucker in the world. You got to understand something. That Trump's the most powerful motherfucker in the world. He is, and he just proved it. He literally just said, no, you're not getting them. Settle down. That's it. And he told them. I like how Trump handles shit. Because he handles shit like the most powerful man in the world would handle it. Like a guy that was in control of the world's strongest military would act. He acts like that. It's like, look, I told you for 60 days we've been negotiating. Now think of the things been said behind the scenes and the things he's been telling them. He's probably made it very clear. You're not getting a bomb. You're not building it. We're not going to let it happen. Now, let's make a deal. I don't want to have to blow these places up, but I will. He's probably done told these motherfuckers repeatedly about this shit. And then everyone's calling him Taco Trump. He don't go through with anything. Well, he went through with it. Now they know. Now they know Donald Trump ain't no punk. For the second time. Because I bet you he told them before, hey, that killing our troops or whatever, you're funding these terrorists or whatever, this has got to stop. He probably warned them before he killed that general. He probably said something to him. How many times he got to smack you in the face? How many times has Donald Trump got to backhand you across the mouth before you knock it the fuck off? And then he tweets out, he's like, that'll be enough now. It's over now. Now go sit down somewhere. Leave me alone. Don't fuck with me no more. I like that. The most powerful man in the world should do that. Smack the fuck out of some peasant nerd and then say, hey, go sit down. I know I just backhanded you, but you're going to have to take it and go sit down. And let me tell you what's going to happen if they don't take it and go sit down. If they start killing our soldiers, the Ayatollah of Iran is going to get hit with a drone strike. He'll be dead. The leadership of Iran will be hit. I mean, if Israel can do it, look what Israel did. I don't know if any of y'all pay attention to any of this shit or if you just hate Jews, but look at how they killed. They was hitting these missiles. Like, I seen a picture of like a hole, this little hole in the wall. They fucking fired this missile through the wall and killed this fucking Iraqi or Iranian general or some guy that was high up in the government or military or something. And they were hitting these motherfuckers. They were shooting these missiles into their, it cuts a hole in the wall, hits the wall, goes through it, boom. And the whole building's still standing, and it only blows up that apartment. It only blows up that person. It doesn't even fucking, like the rest of the building's just standing there, and it's got this hole in it, which is not a big hole. Like, it's just a hole. And the dude inside, dead. If Israel knows where you're at and can do shit like that, imagine what we can do. If Israel does that, the shit we can do is insane. And see, they know that. They know Trump isn't going to start bombing their cities and shit and killing their civilians. They know that Trump is going to kill them with superior technology that they can't even wrap their fucking head around. He's going to pop them out of the sky. A missile's going to fly out of the sky. A tiny missile, not a big missile, but a tiny missile will fly out of the sky and just blow up the room the guy's in and kill everybody in that room. Or maybe some fucking guy will just shoot him or something. I mean, we got spies. We got all kinds of shit. We have so many ways to get you, but we don't even have to send a spy. Like I'm saying, we can kill you with a missile from the sky. A little missile flies in, blows up your whole fucking... We got you by satellite image. We see infrared. We see through the wall. We can see you in there. And we fire that little missile right into that room. Comes right through the wall. Blows the room up. That's what we got. And we know. Somebody said, oh, they don't know where he is. They know where that motherfucker is. What are you talking about? They know where these people are. And so since they know that, I mean, they wrote, after he killed the general, they wrote several pieces in the New York Times and all these faggot liberal papers about how this is unconventional. This isn't how you fight war. You don't kill the leadership. You don't you don't try to decapitate the leadership. You don't kill the generals. No, you kill the peasant soldiers. Well, Trump doesn't kill the peasant soldiers. Trump kills the leadership. Trump respects soldiers. Even the soldiers in other countries, he respects the soldiers. And he respects nationalism. He understands the soldiers are fighting for their country. He doesn't want to kill these people. You understand? He doesn't want to kill the soldiers. He doesn't want to kill the civilians. He will kill the leadership, and they know that. And that's a strength. That's a strength that keeps these people from doing certain things, because he'll just kill them. And they don't want to die. And they know America can pick them right out of the sky like they're nothing. They know that. But they also know that nobody would ever do it. But Trump might actually do it. That's the thing about Trump. Like, he's a wild card. And drone striking these sites. They're like, holy shit, he did it. And yeah, he's going to do shit. Trump's going to do shit that needs to be done. That's probably needed to be done for a long time. And he's just going to do it. And 10 years from now, you'll look back and go, damn, that shit needed to be done. Nothing happened. It was fine. And you'll say, God, remember Trump? and you'll long for Trump. You'll long for a president that actually got things done and did some shit and acted like a man. Because you'll have some soy boy liberal in there, some woman or something, and you'll be like, God, remember we had a man? Remember we had a guy that just acted like a man and did things and didn't get pushed around by a bunch of punks, a bunch of punk thugs. Remember we had that? Now we have this woman who she puts a headscarf on when she goes into the Muslim country, covers her hair. She's a punk. And I expect the liberals to act like a bunch of faggots, but you have the MAGA people. You have MAGA people, so-called MAGA people. People that have made a lot of money riding that Trump wave, and here they are throwing Trump under the bus because they see an opportunity. They think Trump is going to fail. They think this is going to be like Iraq. They want it to be. You have to understand, they want it to be. Because it lends to their credibility. They're making all these predictions, and they have an audience and everything. So they're going all in on this, right? They're going all in on it. Oh, we're going to be Trump's going to get us in a war. That one dude said Trump needs to be impeached. You know how stupid these motherfuckers are going to look in a month? You understand? Learn from this. Learn from this when you see these people. Quit jumping the gun. The time to throw Trump under the bus is when a bunch of soldiers get killed by Iran or something like that. That's the time to say, oh, what the fuck has Trump got us into? That's the time. That's the time. But if it doesn't happen and you're acting like it's going to happen and you just sound ridiculous. Nothing happened, guy. Relax. Because people want to jump the gun. They want to be right. They want to predict it. They want to say, this is how it's going to go. So they can look fucking, he's a genius. But you're predicting disaster. So for you to be right, everything's got to fall apart and Trump's got to fail and everything. And why do you even wish for that? And you're not swaying Trump's opinion. Trump's basing his opinion on the intel that he's got. He ain't worried about your podcast. If we cry enough on this podcast, Trump won't do it. No, I don't think that matters. Because Trump understands why you're crying. Trump knows that you don't want to get in some drawn-out war with Iran. And he doesn't want to either. He doesn't want to either. So he understands that. And that's not going to happen. That's not something he's thinking about doing, so he's not really listening to you. You understand? You understand this, right? He's got to kind of just let you panic. Remember, that's why he called you the panicans. Like, you just panic. You're just in a panic, and that's okay. And he even retweeted that one tweet that somebody said to Laura Loomer. He understands you're panicking. Like, he gets it. He understands you're traumatized from Iraq. Trump fully understands. You must have missed that he retweeted that. He fully understands your concerns. So he's not going to do that. So but he understands you're going to panic. I mean, it's what you're going to do. There's nothing he can do about that. All he can do is just not do that, and then you'll calm down eventually and realize you was panicking for nothing. That's all he can do. That's the only option he has. But he's the president. Like, he's the leader of the world. Like, so he has to make decisions, right? So he's sitting at a desk, and there's all this intel and all this information, and he's just got to trust, you don't see all this stuff, and there's some stuff you can't see, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. He's the president. He's looking at it. So the question really comes down to this, and this is why I keep saying this. Do you trust Donald Trump or not? That's the question you ask yourself tonight as you lay your head on the pillow. Do you trust Donald Trump or not? You voted for Donald Trump. Do you trust him? If you do, then he made the right decision. He did, he must know some shit that I obviously know some shit that I don't know. And I trust him. I don't think he's out to fuck us over. I don't think he wants to get us into another war like Iraq or anything. This is the guy that's been speaking out against Iraq. This is the guy that when I was growing up was on the radio speaking out against going to war with Iraq. He would go on Howard Stern and speak out against going to war before we even went. So Trump is not a warmonger. Trump is not somebody who wants to go to war. But there is, now go with me here. Go with me here. There is a time to fight. You understand? There is a time to use the military. That doesn't mean you're a warmonger. You're pro-war. You want to have war. But there is a time. You understand? There may be a time where you use the military, where you do some war shit. That doesn't make you suddenly pro-war. Because in one instance you did some war shit, and then you did a couple of strikes, and you said, all right, that's it, I'm done. No bomb. I told you no bomb. Like, everybody's acting stupid here. Like, they don't understand this. Said no bomb. They building a bomb. Blew the shit up. What's so hard to understand about this? Taco Trump. You can't call him Taco Trump and say Trump always says he's going to do something, then he backs down and never does it. And then when he actually does what the shit he said he's going to do, you fucking start losing your mind. Like, I don't understand. Well, he's against the Ukraine war. Totally different war. Totally different situation. It's been going on for 3 fucking years. People are retarded, I swear to God. I'm telling you. I know you sit on Twitter all day and you type on that Discord and you feel real smart and shit, but I promise you, you're dumb as a fucking rock. Your opinions are dumb. God. I can't always articulate via keyboard how stupid we are, but Jesus fucking Christ. It boggles the mind. Some of the shit I see on that Twitter and on that Discord. Blow your mind. Like, where do these people come up with this? Where do they get it? Like, is there ever a time to use the military? Not everything's Iraq, too. Like, get over Iraq. The guy Jesus fucking Christ. It's like you get emotional and start flipping out and you just forget who Donald Trump is. Suddenly Donald Trump is not who he is. It's not like, there's no logic in it to me, because it's like, all right, Trump's anti-war. He don't want to go to war. He don't want to do all this shit. He don't want to put troops in harm's way. He's against all that. Oh, he suddenly became that. No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Donald Trump must have saw something that made him decide that this is something he had to do. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Based on who I know Trump to be, based on the first term of his presidency. I mean, I can only go on the history of Trump. And what I've seen from Trump is not eager to go to war. But I know he killed that Iranian general. So Trump is willing to strike. Trump is willing to fuck you up. I know that. Trump ain't no punk bitch. I know that. So whatever was shown to Trump, and maybe what was shown to Trump ends up being a bunch of bullshit, and Trump fell for it. Perhaps. That's a possibility. People talk to me like I don't realize that could be like I'm retarded. No, it's a possibility. I get everything's a conspiracy. I've been 15 too. I know. I know all the conspiracies. I knew them when I was fucking 14, 13, 12 years old. We knew all about all the conspiracies, 9/11's an inside. We know all about that. We know all about that. Everyone knows about that. It's not a mystery. The Jews run everything. We heard about it 20 years ago. We know. We know. Heard about it for years. The earth's flat. There's people living in the hollow earth. There's some fucking shit. A lot of theories. How do the Jews play into the flat earth? Like, do the Jews... I still don't understand flat earth. Like, why would you need to lie about the earth? Why would you? Like, I don't get it. They're like, space isn't real. We live in a glass. There's a plate of glass over the the world. We're in like a, think of us in a snow globe. That's what the flat earthers believe. Like, we're literally, that's what they believe, that we're in a snow globe. There's like a fucking dome over the fucking planet. You can't go past a dome. But why lie about that? I don't understand. Like, why is that something to lie about? What if there was a dome? Why would we lie about that? Why wouldn't we just all know that? And we'd be saying, well, what's beyond the dome? What's you know? You got to be real deep in conspiracies to believe that. I mean, that's some serious shit to believe. It's some serious shit. If we're in a dome, in a glass dome, then to me that would imply that there's someone beyond the watching in the dome, or like a fish tank or something. Like we're sitting on a. What if we're sitting on a guy's dresser? What if that's all we are? We're just sitting on a guy, like an ant farm, and we're just sitting on a guy's dresser. The flat earth. Sitting on a guy's dresser. And that's all it is. And you can't leave the... Wouldn't you see the guy standing there, though, looking down at you? Oh, he got special technology to block him. Well, I mean, they've got two-way mirror. Could be a two-way mirror. But people go to space, though. That's the thing. Like, some people have actually been to space. And so you gotta, to believe in flat Earth, number one, you have to believe that all people who have been to space are liars. They've made it up. Now, I don't know how many people have claimed to go to space, but I don't know what that number is, but got to be a decent amount at this point. And Katy Perry's a liar, and she went up in the little thing. She went to the edge of space, so she really got to look down and see, oh yeah, it's a globe. Which is probably a mind fuck to go to space. Because then you realize, oh shit, I wouldn't want to go to space, quite frankly. I understand why you want to believe it's a flat earth on a guy's dresser. That's more comforting, to think you're sitting on a guy's dresser. He's going to work, you're just on the dresser. You work too in the little globe. It's weird. It's a weird thing. And maybe he's on a dresser, Maybe we're all just sitting on a guy's dresser. A series of dressers. Like, you might have like a fish tank on your dresser, and you got motherfucking fish living there in that little bowl all fucking day, which is kind of fucking weird if you think about it. What the fuck? That guy must have a big fucking dresser for this world he's sitting on. But if you go to space, like if you actually went to space and you looked out and you saw it, and you saw Earth and you saw the sun in the distance and the moon and shit, then you'd realize how fucked up it is. Then you'd say, holy shit, that's all real? Like, what the fuck? We're floating through space. It's much more comforting to think you're in the hollow, flat earth, and there's people in the under the earth, and they live there, and it's, what's outside of the dome, we don't know, but there's something probably God is out there. But space is just some empty, nothing, big fucking sun, moon, and shit's terrifying, actually, if you think about it. Space is terrifying. So I understand resisting that it's real. But eventually you're gonna be able to get in a little ship and fly up there for not that much money, a couple $100. You'll be flying up to the edge of space, and you'll see it, and you'll go, holy shit. I think we'll see a lot of suicides. I think if everybody could go to space, I think a lot of people kill themselves. I don't know why I think that, but I wouldn't, but I think some people would. I think there'd be a lot of people just come down, blow their brains out. It's too much. It's too much, I think, for everybody. Not everybody needs to see that. They don't need to go to space and look at the Earth. They don't need to see that. They need to believe it's not real. That it's no, I'm in the flat Earth. That's too much. That's too fucking much. That's why the human mind be making crazy shit up to, because it's too much. It's too much. Space. It's too much. And there's nothing out there. You know what I mean? There's no aliens out there. There's nothing out there. It's just endless nothing of shit. And nothing. Planets with nobody on it. It's a lot like No Man's Sky. You know how No Man's Sky, you fly to these planets and there's no, I mean, there's, No Man's Sky actually has like animals walking around. In real space, there's just a bunch of planets and there's nothing going on. There's no animals walking around. And you could, if you had, the technology, you could go to these other planets and be there, but nobody else would be there. It's just an empty planet of nothing. Nothing there. Terrifying. And the only safe haven in this sea of horrors, it's horrors. Look up some of these planets. Look up Jupiter. Look up what goes on Jupiter. Look up what would happen if you went to Jupiter without a spacesuit on. Just look up Jupiter. Look up any of these fucking places. It's a horror show. And there's nobody there. There's not a puck. And there's nobody there. Nothing. Nothing's there. Not a chicken. Nothing. Not a snail. There's nothing there. As far as we know. But there's probably nothing there. There probably is nothing in there. If you went in there, there'd be nothing but horror. Violent space Jupiter storms and shit going on. Madness going on. Shit you've never seen before. Shit that would scar you for life. If you flew, let me tell you something. If you actually got on a spaceship and flew to Jupiter and you were orbiting Jupiter, you'd shit your fucking pants. It's horrifying. Think about this. It's horrifying. Space is horrifying. It's a nightmare. No oxygen. There's nothing to breathe. There's no fucking water. It's literally a nightmare. And people go there. People take little pouches of water, like they're going fucking camping. Little pouches of water, and they got a little spaceship they sit in, and it's got oxygen in it, and they sit in space. They go to space and hang out in space. It's actually madness. You know how much balls you got to have to go to space? I'd never go. I'll never go. I don't care if they got free tickets. I ain't going to fucking space. It's too much for the human mind. The human mind ain't meant to look down at the earth like it's God, like you're God or something. Get your ass back down to earth. You ain't meant to do that. That's horrifying. Look up Venus. Look up the shit that's going on Venus. Look up the horrors of Mercury. The sheer horror of it. Look up black holes and the horror of a black hole. And they don't even know what's on the other side of it. They don't even know. Things get sucked in it. They don't even really know what the fuck. It's madness. Space. Never go. And then we're supposed to believe some people went to the moon. I don't even know if I believe that, but let's say they did. It's insane. It's insane. The moon? I do have a hard time believing they rode that little tin piece of shit to the moon, that little ship you see. I do have a hard time believing it. When you see that land on the moon, that little flimsy piece of shit thing, it's like, what? Imagine going to the moon, though. Like, holy shit. What in the world? It's too much. It really is too much for the mind. I don't think you're meant to. Some men can go do it. But most motherfuckers ain't meant to be standing on the moon. You're not meant to be on the moon looking at the earth and shit. It's insane. If you think about it, it's insane. It's insane to think to be standing on Earth and be looking up at that and be like, I'm gonna go there. It's insane. Like, that's fucking insane. I'm gonna go to the moon. It's actually kind of crazy. This is why I really don't think we went, because I feel like there'd be a lot of people going. We'd be trying to like build shit on the moon. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we'd be doing something with the moon. We'd be building some shit on it. I just feel like it makes sense. I mean, you're telling me we can't launch ships or something that can carry supplies or something to the moon? And the moon is right there. It's not like it's like Pluto or something. It's right there. You can see it in the sky. It's pretty big. So it can't be that fucking far away. Surely to God, we should be going there, but we're not. I mean, we don't go to the moon. It's weird. And no other countries go to the moon. You just think there'd be shit going on the moon by this point. Nothing happening on the moon. But we went in the 60s. But some people say you can zoom in on the moon and see the American flag sitting up there. Well, then how did that get there? I don't have a telescope, though, so I don't know. People say that, though. They say you can look through the I got to buy a telescope. So you look through the telescope and see the flag. Seems like you got to have a pretty powerful telescope. They got powerful telescopes, though. To see that little ass flag on the moon, I don't know if I believe that. And shouldn't that be the end of it? That should be the end of the debate. How'd that get there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, why ain't they been working on that? Well, see, Elon is. But you think they would have been working on that for the last, we went in the 60s. It's 2025. You think they would have spent all this time, these decades, fucking doing something. That make no sense. Bro, it's like 60 fucking years. Well, I mean, what the fuck? 60 years. Hello? At what point do you... So they went to the moon and some flimsy ass thing, and then 60 years later, nothing. Nothing going on. They haven't built anything to carry equipment and shit to the moon. Elon's going to figure it out. He'll get cranes and shit up there. He'll get bulldozers on the moon. We'll get some equipment on that moon. If you just give Elon some money, give him the money. Quit crying about his money. Let him he's going to get you on the moon. You'll be on the moon in a bulldozer. You'll have a job on the moon. That'll pay good, too. We're looking for men to go to the moon, and we're going to build a base on the moon. And you got to go to the moon. And, that's going to be rough that first couple of days, those first couple of weeks on the moon. You're going to have to make a camp. I mean, how's that going to work? No, you can't make a camp. It's the moon, no atmosphere. That's a tricky one, huh? Got to have some serious technology. And see, Elon talking about going to Mars. That's crazy. You got to get the moon first. First, you get some shit on the moon. And you get a base on the moon. And then you use the moon base. Now you've got all this experience with moving the equipment to the moon and building this thing on the moon. And now you can launch to Mars from the moon. That's the first step. I think you got to get some shit on the moon. But hell, they may have shit on the moon and they just don't tell us. Who fucking knows? Who the fuck knows what's going on that moon? Isn't there a side of the moon we can't see that we just ain't able to look at? The dark side of the moon. Is that real? Or doesn't the moon rotate like everything else? Doesn't it spin around? Trump's your daddy, you'll see. I'm going to remember all the disloyalty to Trump. When we start rounding the liberals up and sending them to CCOT, we're going to remember all these unloyal Trump supporters. You're going to. You're going to. Your unloyalty will never be forgotten. We see your true colors. You have no faith in the president. Sad. Well, what can you do? Oh, it's not about Israel. It's time to mine the moon. It's time to get bases on the moon. That's what Trump should have done with Elon. He should have been like, let somebody else run efficiency and all that shit. They should have had Elon get us on the moon, get some bases on the moon. I mean, we want American soldiers stationed on the moon, the Space Force on the moon, moon base by 2030. And let Elon loose with NASA's funding. Go ahead and let him loose and get it done. And then Elon would be building rock. I mean, who cares about that? Who's going to cry about that? He's building rockets and shit. He's working on getting us to the moon base. And then Trump flies to the moon base. That would have been sick. Elon was just misused, though. He should have kept him on the space area. His area of expertise. Should have kept him right there. Gave him some crazy project. Get us to the moon, Elon. We want to be on the moon. Oh, we're going to fly Trump to the moon. That would have been sick. We're going to get Trump to the moon. That would have been a fun time. Would have been something to look forward to. Trump would do it till he fly to the moon. It's nice being a silly. It's comforting. Let Elon loose. If you let Elon loose, we'll be on the moon. We'll be on Mars. Mars is a long way. Like, damn. They want to get the fuck out of here. Get to Mars. And what are you going to do on Mars? Imagine you get to the moon or you get to Mars. It's like fucking... What are you going to do? Like, you got to build a building or something. And then hook oxygen up to the building. And how long is that going to take? And you got to work in some space suit. So you got to build this building in a spacesuit. Like, what? Like, it's... I don't think Elon can do it. I don't think he's thinking it through. I think he may have been on drugs when he was thinking about this. It seems like a lot, you know? It really does seem like a lot when you start to think about it. Like, Jesus. Building stuff is hard enough without a big spacesuit on. It's a lot of work without a spacesuit. So imagine a spacesuit. Imagine putting a roof on a building in a spacesuit. Then again, you have less gravity on the moon, so maybe that helps with moving around because there's less gravity. So yeah, makes sense. Forgot about that part. Yeah. Maybe it is doable then. I mean, anything's possible. With enough money and enough will, it can be done. You have to have the will first, though. The will's more important than the money, really. The money's important because we're going to the moon, right? Can't go to the moon with no money. But the will to spend the money to go to the moon, you got to have the will. Like, if the human race, like if all these rich motherfuckers, all these billionaires, if they really all put their resources together and said, let's go to the moon. Like, humans will go to the moon, we'll colonize moon and Mars, we'll take over the galaxy instead of fighting each other. But that'll never happen because we're retarded. The only way that happens is if there's like another planet with people on it, and then we can fight them, and then we'll come together to fight them. That's the only way we'll stop fighting each other. Then we'll say, oh, we can fight these motherfuckers now. But even then, you'd probably have dumb countries that are like, we side with the aliens. We signed a treaty with the aliens. Like, what the fuck? You signed a treaty with the aliens from another planet that attacked us? You're fucking pussies. France would. Europe would cave and... I hope Trump's the president when the aliens invade, for fucking God's sake. Biden would be out there like, we can talk to them. Can meet the aliens. Yes, they attacked, but they were scared. Trump just started nuking them. Like if Kamala Harris was president, we wouldn't have attacked Iran. No shit, she would have gave them a bomb. Kamala would have just gave them a bomb. What are you talking about? She just gave them money. Like, here's a bunch of money. We've seen how Democrats handle it. They just give them money. We don't want to give them fucking... You want to give Iran money? Fucking clowns. I get disagreeing with Trump, but you're like, oh God, we should have voted for Kamala Harris. You're a fucking nerd. Well, we should impeach Trump. You're a nerd. You're a fucking dork. Notice I never talked about impeaching Biden. Anyone who talks about impeaching the president's a fucking dork. I don't care who the president is. It's fucking gay behavior. It never leads to anything. It's dumb. I've seen 2 impeachments in my lifetime. Useless, waste of time. Nothing happened. Nothing came of them. It's not like the president resigned and quit over this. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything. It's a big shit show. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's all theater. Maybe it is something that would matter, but they don't use it that way. You would think, the guy gets impeached. That means he's done. No, it don't mean anything. It's a big nothing. Bill Clinton got impeached. Nothing happened. Trump got impeached. Nothing happened. Remember that? They impeach Trump like every week, it seems. It doesn't mean anything. Like you're like Nixon. Okay, well, it's not 1970, so I'm talking about right now. It means absolutely nothing. I said maybe it meant something at one point. But it doesn't now. Trump impeached twice, still the president, never resigned. What did it do? You know what I mean? Like, what did it do? Seriously, what did it do? Nobody cares about it. Nobody gives a shit. All it did was make the impeachment look like a joke, did it not? Did impeaching Trump twice not make impeachment look like a giant joke? It did. It did. Why wasn't George W. Bush impeached for the Iraq War and lying about that? Do you think Trump's lying to you that he saw intel that Iran either has a nuke or is close to getting one? Do you think he's lying to you about it? You must think that. Then why did you vote for Trump? When Trump does something you don't agree with, you immediately jump to, well, he's fucking lying to me. He's just like everybody else. And it's like, well, goddamn, you turn on him that quick? It can't possibly be that he's telling the truth. You don't even think that. It's just weird to me. You voted for a guy and your first instinct isn't to trust him. Your first instinct is to doubt him when he does something you don't agree with. Your first instinct isn't to go, damn, I wonder what Trump saw. I wonder what they told Trump. I wonder, what's he basing this decision off of? He must have seen something pretty serious to do this. Wonder what it was. It was Israeli propaganda. It was Trump he's compromised. It's Jesus Christ, relax. Why don't you find out what it was first? Just crazy. They throw Trump under the bus. And just like everybody else, you'll look dumb. You'll realize going against Trump never works. Always lose. Trump always wins in the end. How many times has Trump got to win in the end? Even when it looks like he lost, he won. Just understand that. Because later on, 2 months, 3 months, a year down the line, you'll find out, oh, Trump was right about that. Remember they were laughing at him, clowning him? Oh, he was right about that the whole time. Wow. Always happens like that. Look at the 2020 election. Look at that. Look at what's coming out about that. Where they say China was doing something with the mail-in ballots, and they got evidence about it. That's what Kash Patel said. He said they're investigating. They got evidence about this. Trump said that. Here's the funny thing about it. Trump said that in 2020. He said something about China and these ballots and shit. He was talking about that back when it happened, and everybody was laughing at him. There's all these media articles laughing at him. Well, now, apparently they're about to come out with all this evidence about it. What you're going to realize is, and it's what I've come to realize, is Trump's right about everything he fucking says. He's always going to be right about this. He's clearly the smartest person in Washington, D.C. Do you disagree? Do you disagree with that? Is there someone in Washington, D.C. you trust more than Trump at this point? Who? Who with any power? Nobody. What other world leader do you trust more than Trump? The Ayatollah of Iran? Iran's been bombing Israel all week, and Trump didn't bomb them. He bombed their nuclear sites. He stuck to what he said he's going to do. You're not getting a bomb. I'm bombing these fucking sites. We're done. I'm done. I'm exiting this war unless you attack me directly. You want to fight Israel? Do your thing. I mean, y'all fighting. I'm stepping out. I like how I handled it. It's the perfect way to handle it. I told you, me, the ruler of earth, because that's what the president is. Don't kid yourself. The ruler of earth, Donald Trump, has told you that you're not getting a bomb And I know you're building bombs at these locations. I just know you are. Trust me, I got the intel. I know you are. Stop lying. You're going to knock it off or I'm going to fuck it up. And they didn't knock it off and he fucked it up. You wanted a strong man. You wanted a badass leader. You wanted somebody that wasn't a punk. Trump's going to go scorched earth this time. All right, then. Then let him go scorched earth. Let him smack these nerds around. Not just the nerds in our own country. Let him smack around the nerds around the world, too. Smack everybody around that needs to be smacked. When the president of the United States of America tells you not to do something, guess what, nerd? You don't do it. And when you don't, and if you do it, you're getting smacked. I like that. I like that foreign policy. I don't want to smack you. I'm not looking to smack you. I really would prefer not to smack you, but if I have to smack you, I will. It's like a child. And that's how Trump's treating them. They're like children. I don't want to smack your hand, but if you keep reaching for the hot stove, I will smack you. I don't want to. But you're not getting a bomb. You're not getting a bomb. You're not getting a bomb. You're not nuking anybody. Well, what if they buy one? Okay, well, what does that have to do with building one? It's two different things. I'm sure there are other ways to prevent them from buying one. You know, there's other things you could do in terms of that. But in terms of them building one, you either have to get them to stop building it, or you have to blow it the fuck up. So they're building it and then you blow it up. And that doesn't mean that you probably got it all, but you got a lot of shit. You know, you have, satellite imagery. You know, there's all this shit here. You have radiation readings. They have all this shit. They know that they know what is there. They know what's there. You don't understand what the American government, the technology they have. They know what's there. Okay, they didn't strike these places because they don't know what the fuck is going on. And he felt it was necessary. And you have no faith. You have no faith in him. You don't trust Trump. It's okay that you don't. But I'm just telling you the reality is you don't trust Trump. And the people during the primary that told me, oh my God, you gotta be loyal to Trump. Where's the loyalty? Well, where's your loyalty now? You immediately think Trump is an Israeli shield. You just clown him. You say all these horrible things. And you have no faith. You have no faith. He's going to get us into a war for Israel. We're going to have a draft, all this goofy shit. No faith in Trump. So next time people criticize Trump and they do valid criticism of Trump, which is all I did during the primary, don't cry about it. It's just funny to me. Now you have now you all have valid criticism. You're like, oh my God, he struck. Oh my God, he's going to get us into a war. Oh God, oh. Oh, or I also see this. The deficit is climbing under Trump. What about this bill he's trying to pass? It's all this spending in it. Oh my God. Oh. Well, I remember talking about that during the primary, and people said it didn't matter. Y'all, where's the consistency in the arguments? Y'all said, I remember saying DeSantis, cares about balancing that budget. And you're like, who cares about that? Oh, the country's bankrupt anyway. It's all fucking going to collapse anyway. Fuck all that. We got to get these illegals out of here, Smokey. We got to arrest these Democrats. We got to do it, And I kind of agree with that at this point. Like, yeah, that bill has a lot of stuff for immigration in it. And, people are like, oh, we can't spend money on that. Like, what do you mean we can't spend money on that? Isn't that what we voted for? I don't understand. Yes, we voted to cut spending, but
Wasteful spending. I didn't vote to cut the immigration, but the budget of ICE. I didn't. I actually voted to. I actually voted to give them more money. I don't.
Did we watch the same rallies? Did we? I don't understand.
I really don't understand.
What I've learned is I'm more MAGA than most of you that was talking all this shit during the primary. Like, I'm more hardcore about it than you.
Because, people coming in here, they deported some poor woman. Who gives a shit? Smokey, he's deporting kids on college campuses that are criticizing Israel. No, they're actually going around and fucking acting like nuisances and protesting. And I don't really agree with people coming over here from another country and protesting, even if it's peaceful. I don't agree with it. Yeah, get them the fuck out of here.
I'm more hardcore than you about it. Get these fucking dorks out of here. Get these fucking dweebs. Come over here.
Rule number 1, you do not come to this country and protest. What the fuck are we doing? Think about it logically. Put your hate for Israel aside for 5 seconds and just think about this logically. People coming here from another country and being a nuisance, which is what a protest is. I mean, it's annoying. The only way a protest is not annoying is if you probably agree with it. And then you're like, yeah, fuck it. But most of the time, it's some annoying shit that you don't care about. And these people are like blocking traffic or screaming at people. You're just like, what is this dumb shit? They're chanting. It's all dumb. It doesn't do anything. Nobody gives a shit. Protesting is so ineffective and dumb. And everybody fights like, oh my God, we got to have that. And you should have the right to do it. But it's dumb. It's dumb because it's annoying. It just gets on everybody's nerves. And to me, that's counterproductive. If you're just pissing everybody off around you, then whatever your cause is, people are against you. They're against you and your cause.
Save the whales. You're standing in traffic with a sign, save the whales, and you're blocking me trying to get home. Fuck the whales and fuck you too. Makes me want to fucking kill a whale. It's what it does. Makes me want to do. Free Palestine. You're sitting in traffic thinking a bunch of nerds locked hand in hand, arm in arm, a human chain across the street, free Palestine. And you're thinking, as you sit in that traffic, waiting for these nerds to move so you can go home, you think, I hope they fucking nuke Palestine. That's what you think. That's what you think in the car. God, I wish they'd nuke it right now and come over the radio.
And these nerds would start crying. DeSantis said, hit them with your goddamn car. Thoughts on Ron DeSantis telling you to hit him with your car?
I think you all are a little too hard on DeSantis. He said, hit him with your fucking car.
That's the crazy shit for the governor to say.
But it's true.
No, I've criticized Israel a ton.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not some Israeli shield. But I'm also not. I'm not obsessed with Israel, so I'm not going to talk about Israel all day. It's not something I pay a lot of attention to, quite frankly. It's just in the news right now, Iran and stuff. I'm talking about Iran. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I'm not really talking about Israel. I'm talking about America and Iran. I'm not worried about Israel. I have no problem criticizing Israel if they did something that I felt needed to be criticized. And I'm sure they have throughout history, but my stream is not the history of Israel. It's just not a big thing I talk about a lot. It's just a little country.
I don't talk about the Congo either. I don't really want to talk about
Ukraine, and I don't talk about it much unless it's in the news. A cookie. I make jokes about Jews all the time. I don't care about criticizing the Jews and their religion. I don't care. But it's not my whole thing. It's not my thing.
I'm not obsessed with the Jews.
I did not criticize Iran for bombing Israel.
I never did that.
What are you talking about? Iran has every right to hit Israel back. They hit them first. What are you talking about? And if Israel said that, if they criticized Iran for attacking them back, they're retarded too. You attack them first. I don't know what religion people are. Like I said, I'm not obsessed over that stuff. I don't ask people their religions.
I don't really care.
I get that you're obsessed with it, but I'm not obsessed with it. But that doesn't mean that I'm like the opposite of you, or I'm like a fanboy of it. No, I just don't really care. I'm not invested in any of it.
Jews got a lot of weird things they do. We've talked about it on the stream. We've watched some videos about it where they
Iron their sink or whatever. It's just some weird shit. They're weird. They put up like shoestrings around the neighborhood or something. It's a lot of weird shit they do.
And they're definitely sneaky. And Israel's some of the most sneakiest motherfuckers. I mean, look what they did with the pagers. But I'm not crying about Israel all day.
Like, oh my God, Israel bombed Iran. Oh my, who gives a shit? Why do I care? I don't give a fuck about Iran. I don't give a fuck about Israel, and I don't give a fuck about Iran. They want to bomb each other all day, let them.
What's it got to do with me?
But I trust Trump.
I trust that Trump did what he thought he had to do. I have faith in Trump. And I trust that it'll all work out for the best.
Because I trust Trump.
What's so hard to understand about this? Some dude was like, well, you wouldn't be saying this if it was
Kamala Harris. No, fuck no, I wouldn't. Kamala Harris is insane. Hell nah. But I trust Trump.
What is so hard to understand about what I'm saying? I trust Donald Trump. Now, you may think that's funny. You may think I'm wrong. Time will tell. That's the beauty of it. You're going to find out if I'm right or wrong.
I'm standing with Trump.
Everybody likes
To bring up DeSantis. Well, you were wrong about that. Yep, I was. Lesson learned. I'm standing with Trump.
You didn't learn nothing
From my mistake. Now here you are doubting Trump, and you'll be the one that looks stupid. I learned my lesson.
I don't doubt Trump no more.
Last time I doubted him, I looked like a fool. Now I stand with Trump in victory, glorious victory. I could be like you, panicking, saying, oh my God, Trump betrayed us, all this. But in a week or two, nobody's going to be talking about this anymore, and I'm going to look stupid as hell.
So to avoid that,
I stand with Trump. I've stood with Trump all year. Every time you all panic, I stand with Trump, and I always win. It always works out. The tariffs worked out. The stock market, the so-called recession didn't happen. All that bullshit. Elon got punked out.
you have to stand with Trump.
Notice when Trump went against Elon, when Elon went against Trump, stood with Trump. Got to stand with Trump. Got to have sense. Trump's winning that. You are a fool to think otherwise.
Always stand with Trump. You'll learn. You'll figure it out eventually.
Trump always wins.
Look what he did to Elon. Elon started running his mouth,
And then Trump totally changed tactics on him.
that's when I realized Trump's a dangerous motherfucker, man. Because you would think, oh, Trump is going to make a bunch of tweets. He's going to run his mouth. Oh my God, he's going to tear into Elon. He did the opposite. He just said, "I wish him well." I think something's wrong. I don't really understand why he's acting like this. He showed concern. It sounded like a friend. Like, I don't know what's happened to him. The poor guy. And then Elon looked like a dork, looked like a giant asshole, and everyone turned on Elon. And Trump did that. He manipulated you. Whether you know it or not, he manipulated you to be like, "Fuck Elon. The fuck is wrong with Elon?" Because Elon was like spiraling out of control. He was going crazy. And you could tell by the tweets, you were like, "What is wrong with him?" And then Trump's like, "This isn't like Elon. I don't understand." And you're like, "Oh man, Trump is hurt." Trump played him, owned him. Never go against Trump. You'll lose every time. If you want to learn the hard way about this, go right ahead. Panic about it. Say we're going to have World War III. I'm telling you. 2 weeks from now, I bet you we ain't even talking about it. I bet you we ain't even talking about this. At all. We don't even bring it up. Iran ain't even a thought in our head. Crazy. It's the biggest story in the world right now. It won't be nothing in July. Won't mean a thing. Oh, I know they want a war with Iran, but I trust Trump. What is so hard? What is so hard that you cannot understand what I'm saying? You keep saying stuff about me that is just absolutely ridiculous to say about a guy like me, to pretend like I don't understand these things. I mean, you admit it yourself. You say it yourself right there. Oh, you were concerned. So clearly I know about that. And I'm literally sitting here telling you, I get all that stuff you're saying. I trust Donald Trump. What's so hard about understanding that? I trust Donald Trump. I trust Donald Trump won't be manipulated into a war with Iran. I also acknowledge that they can pull a false flag, and I acknowledge all that. I'm not retarded. But I trust that Donald Trump truly believes that he did the right thing. And he believes the intel he was shown. Now, maybe we find out later that was bullshit intel. But I don't believe Trump is controlled by Israel. I think he did this because he thinks it was the right thing to do for the security of the world, the country, the allies. I mean, Israel's our ally at the end of the day. Whether you believe that or not, according to the government, that's our ally. But I don't think Iran having a nuclear bomb is something. I mean, Trump has said it for 20 goddamn years. They don't need one. So he's clearly... I just don't understand what's so hard to understand here. Trump's been saying it for a long time. They didn't make up. Elon's just groveling. And Trump said, I wish him well. Trump's letting him live in his hell. He's not in the inner circle anymore. He played himself. Imagine you're down in that underground bunker when that bunker buster hits. You think there was anybody in there? Or you think they said they evacuated it, but you really think they did? Motherfuckers down there working on a bomb. That goddamn bunker buster. They dropped 6 bunker busters on that motherfucker. 30,000-pound bomb. 6 of them. No, I don't. I'm not going to keep saying the same thing over and over.
Quit trolling.
It's starting to get trolling at this point.
Because you're going against the stuff I just said. You're not even acknowledging it. Silly.
I think you should be worried about China more than Russia at this point. Russia can't even seem to beat Ukraine, so I don't think Russia is going to go to war with America anytime soon. I don't think China is either. I think they kind of need us to buy all their cheap bullshit, so, you know. I don't think it'd be good for their economy to have a war with America. I don't think this Iran stuff's going to go anywhere. I think Israel and Iran will fight for a little bit, then that'll die down. America's done, and I don't think we'll get involved anymore, unless something happens. I mean, I don't think Iran's stupid enough to do something. It's going to get them into a serious conflict with America, because it's suicide. If they start killing American troops, then it's just Trump's just going to unleash. I don't really know what that looks like, but I think it looks like the Ayatollah getting drone struck. I think that's what it looks like. Like the entire leadership getting decapitated. And I think they have the capability to do that. Hell, Israel could probably do it with some pagers or something at this point. God knows what sneaky shit them Jews got. Don't mess with the Jews. I don't know what we gain by being friends with Israel. I have no idea. I keep telling you I'm not invested in Israel. I don't really think about it. I don't read about it. I don't really care much about it. I know our leaders do, and I know it has something to do with the Bible and shit like that. And there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. I've accepted that, you know, they're not going to let Israel get... I mean, they want to protect Israel. I don't think Trump is as hardcore about it as somebody like Ted Cruz is, though, or Nikki Haley. I just think Trump really saw some intel, whether it's real or not. I think he saw something that makes him believe that they're going to get a bomb. And I just don't think it's a good... He doesn't want to see that. He said that repeatedly. And he's the president. He can do something about it, and he did. And I don't think it's not weird to me based on Trump's history, based on the things he said about Iran. I'm not shocked by it. That's why I said the other day. He's probably going to hit that site. He's probably going to do it. Once I found out only America has the bomb that can hit it, I realized, yeah, he's going to do it. Because he's always been against them having a bomb. And now he's coming out and saying that, yeah, they got a bomb. They're close to getting a bomb. I mean, it just made sense, yeah. It was easy to predict. And now I'm telling you, nothing's going to happen. And that's done now. I don't see nothing else coming of this. From a strategic standpoint, I mean, what can Iran really do? They're already fighting Israel. Now you're going to start fighting America? I don't know if that's a good idea. Now, maybe Iran is insane. They're insane And they just don't care. They're going to go crazy and they're going to start. I mean, maybe anything's possible, right? Anything can happen. I could be wrong. But so I look at history and I look at the fact that they backed down last time when he killed the general. They backed down. And the reason they backed down is because they knew they couldn't win. They know they ain't going to beat America, especially with Trump running the show. No way. Because Trump is, I mean, they start killing troops or civilians. Trump's taking the gloves off on them, bro. It's done. They know that. And when I say the gloves are coming, I mean the leadership's getting murdered. They're done. They're getting hit with probably some laser shit from space or some crazy shit we got. Last thing you want to fuck with. I think Trump doesn't want to see a bunch of people get nuked, and he really believes that if Iran gets a bomb, they'll nuke somebody. I think he believes that. I don't think it has anything to do with Israeli blackmail or Israel persuaded. Now, maybe Israel showed some intel, and maybe you don't believe that intel. I don't know. I mean, yeah, could be fake. Of course it could be. But Trump believed it, and that's why I keep coming back to the question, do you trust Trump or not? And you want to keep dodging that question. Y'all want to, don't want. That's the real question here. Do you trust Donald Trump or not? You gave me a lot of shit for for saying I didn't trust Trump during the primary. Now you don't trust him when he's the fucking president. When you voted this guy in, now suddenly you don't trust him. When you've convinced us all to vote for him and put him in office, after I spent months saying, I don't know, man, I don't know if it's a good idea. Now you have the audacity to come to me of all people, and tell me, oh God, Smokey. Oh God. Well, I'm the guy that told you don't vote for him again. And you convinced me that I was wrong. Don't back down now. Don't backpedal now. Stand with Trump, pussy. I'm standing with Trump. Bunch of pussies. I mean, come on. Suddenly Trump don't know what he's doing. Suddenly he's just some idiot. Don't know nothing. He's just trying to protect people from getting nuked. Stood on business, too. He told them they're not getting one. What part of you're not getting one don't you understand? No, George W. Bush sent troops into a country and got people killed. Millions of people killed. Thousands and thousands of American soldiers killed in a drawn-out, stupid war. Not only in Iraq, but Afghanistan, too. Don't compare Donald Trump drone striking 3 fucking nuclear sites to George W. Bush. It's an insult to George W. Bush, quite frankly. Because when we're talking about warmongers, Bush is one of the elites. They hate the W. They won't. As I said a couple of months ago, these people don't want to win. They want to lose. They want to be victims. So they're looking for, they want to be played. They really want Trump to play them so they can be a victim and cry and say, oh, I got tricked into voting for Trump. Smokey was wrong. Some of them just want me to be wrong. There's something wrong with them. They just want me to be wrong. But see, I'm more hardcore than them now. See, they're expecting me to throw Trump under the bus every second, and I'm not going to do it. And they don't know what to do. They don't know how to react to that. I'm supposed to be throwing Trump under the bus. So then later they can come in here and go, ha, Smokey, you don't believe in Trump, see? But see, I've caught on to that. And I've caught on to the fact that Trump always wins, so I'm just going to stand with Trump. And now you have to throw him under the bus. It's hilarious. And all it is weak shit trolling that is so see-through, it's hilarious. And the reason you know it's trolling is because they always have to disagree with you, no matter what it is. And they've played both sides of it. They, oh my God, you're unloyal to Trump. And now it's like, oh my God, you're too loyal to Trump. Oh. I'm standing with Trump while you stand with failure. While you stand with terrorist thugs. That's all Iran is, a fucking bunch of thugs. You stand with them. They chant death to America and you're upset. You're upset that Trump took his belt off and hit him a couple of times. Pussy. I was wrong about Joe Biden winning Georgia. Who gives a shit? I've been wrong before. I can acknowledge when I'm wrong. The question is, why can none of you acknowledge it? Because you're wrong more than I am. 100%. It's well documented. Yeah, I'm going to be wrong sometimes, but I won't be about this. And I haven't been wrong all year. Every time you panicked about Trump, I told you, relax, and I always end up right. Stock market recovered, no recession, tariffs are fine, everything's fine. Elon got backhanded. Oh, Elon just fucked up. Oh, God, Elon, he's going to bring Trump down. No, Elon's having a fucking spaz out or something. I don't know what's going on with Elon. Spazzing out or something. I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know what it is. I think I know what it is. He thought he could buy Trump. If you look at that one tweet where he's like, oh, the money I spent or some shit, he really thought he could buy Trump. Trump proved to the world that not even the richest man can buy him. Trump's credibility only grows. I keep trying to explain this to you, but you want to live in the fantasy of liberalism. Go ahead if you want to live in it. But if you want to know what really is going on, listen to me. Trump is only getting more popular and more credible by the day. You can keep denying that all you want, but you'll see it. I'm telling you, you will see. As time goes on, things are just going to get better. Prices are already going down. They're going to keep going down. I don't know how low they can get. Like I told you before the election, there's some stuff that maybe can't be fixed. I did a whole stream saying, don't get your hopes up. Some things, maybe nothing can be done about it. Maybe the damage of Biden is done. Maybe the damage from COVID can never be recovered from, and we just have to live with some of these prices for the rest of our lives. And that's the consequence of being a bunch of dumbasses who let these people do this. We let them do it. We voted for them. It is what it is. It may never go back. It probably will never go back. So pre-COVID, it probably never will. You allowed that to happen. You got to own that. Well, Trump said he could get it there. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Everybody says that when they run for president. They say they're going to be able to do all these things, but they can't do everything. How many presidents accomplish anything they say they're going to do? And you expect Trump to be able to do every single thing. It's not enough just to keep Kamala Harris and the Democrats who did the damage out of power so they can't do any more damage. That's not enough of a victory for you. No. Trump has to do everything perfectly, master it all, no flaws at all, or you're going to throw him under the bus and turn on him. That's who you are. That's who you are. We see who you are. We see your character. I went after Trump when he wasn't in power, when he was just a guy running. You go after Trump when he's in power. When he needs, when that loyalty matters the most, it matters right now, and you have none of it. It didn't matter during that primary at all. It didn't matter during a primary that he was going to win anyway. That was the time to talk about these things. Now's the time to stand with Trump. We voted for him. We put him in. Now's the time to bite the bullet and whatever happens, happens. We're with this motherfucker now. It ain't the time to cry like a bitch. It ain't the time to say, we got to impeach him. Oh, we got to do something. No, it's the time. It's not even fucking... It's not even a year in. Now's the time to stand with the motherfucker we voted for, let him do his job that we voted him to do, and then I'm not saying you can't criticize, you can't, but you all ain't criticizing. You're off that fucking deep end. You're having a fucking panic attack. Oh, I should have. We should impeach him. We should have voted for Kamala Harris. Get a fucking grip. Get a fucking grip, every single one of you. He's controlled by the Zionist Jews. Oh, fucking crazy shit. Get a fucking grip. Now's the time to stand with Trump. You had your chance to pick somebody else. We got Trump. You convinced us to stand with Trump. We're with him now, goddammit. Now you lock in, quit crying. We're on a fucking plane. The door just flew off the side of it. And I'm like, get a fucking grip. I'm like, Trump's going to put another door on. Just chill. The door flew off for a second. Relax, you pussy. And it's fucking, fucking winds flying in and shit. I'm in this motherfucker. Man up, you fucking bitch. And I'm trying to explain to you, the window flew off a couple of weeks ago and they put that back on. Relax. Everything's fine. We're going to land this son of a bitch. Joe Biden took the wings off the side of it. When Trump got on the plane, didn't have a door, didn't have a window. The wings had been took off, and he's got the wings back on. He's trying to fly this son of a bitch and land it. Let him land it. Quit trying to get in his way like a dumbass. It's bad enough the liberals are crying like a bitch. Then we got to have you crying. So-called Trump supporters crying about everything he does. Oh, we're just criticizing. No, you criticize about everything the liberals criticize about. You have the same shit. You always join in with them. You join with them on tariffs. You join with them on Iran shit. Now, I mean, you just keep joining up with the liberals. They're always wrong, but on some issues, you're like, I'm getting with them. Ridiculous. When has a liberal ever been right? That should be your first instinct that you're wrong about all this, because all the liberals are with you. That's the only thing the liberals agree with you on is the goddamn hating Israel. So one thing you two motherfuckers agree on. It's the one thing the far right and the far left lock in on is they hate Israel. And they really hate Jews. And I get it. You want to bullshit. Go bullshit somebody else. You hate Jews. When y'all get real passionate and emotional and you're talking about this, you stop saying Israel and you start saying Jews, and then I point it out. And then you go, no, I hate Israel. But you've been saying the word Jew for the last 15 minutes. Every time you talk about this, you keep saying the Jews. Oh, the fucking Jews. Fuck goddamn Jews. As if I care that you hate Jews. I don't give a shit that you hate Jews. Free country. But at least have some balls to admit it. You can hate Jews. I don't care. What I don't like is a bunch of fucking, when you're called out about it, when I'm like, well, maybe your opinion is a little slanted because you hate Jews, you know? I'm not saying you're wrong about everything you're saying, but maybe maybe you have this hatred for Jews and it clouds your judgment a little bit, you know? Like if I knew a guy and he hated Muslims and he was always bitching about Muslims, and he might be right about some of the things he says, but, you know, maybe that wouldn't be the first guy I'd go to get news about something to do with Muslims or something. You know, maybe I'd want a more impartial, fair source to kind of tell me about these things. Because, you know, you clearly have this, you know, fuck the Jew. And some people have that with the Muslims. Some people have that with white people, black people. And you just got to, you know. Not saying you're wrong with some of the things you're saying, some of the points you're trying to make, but it's just like, I get when you talk about it so much, when it's the only issue you seem to talk about, the fucking Jews, Israel, the Jews, it's like, God, you have this weird obsession with it. What the fuck is going on with that? Why are you so obsessed with Israel? This little country, and you're so obsessed with it. And the Jews, like, you know, even people that are obsessed with Muslims, and I'm not like into the Muslims or anything, they're all right, but they're a little crazy too, but just obsessed with them. That's all you talk about is the fucking Muslims. You get on a live stream every day, fucking Muslims, goddamn Jews. You really are like the black people that just want to talk about white people, the fucking white people.
Jesse Lee Peterson been talking about it too, where it's like he's like these people, these white people hate the Jews. He's like, it's just like the blacks blaming the whites. It's the same shit. And Jesse's been dealing with those blacks for years. He's been dealing with people like that, blaming white, everything's about white people. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what that looks like. That's how you all act now. You're obsessed with Jews. It's not a good look. And it makes some of you hard to take serious when you talk about Israel, because I'm like, oh, God. You're always going on about Jews. Here comes the Jew guy. You think Jews run the world and they're out to get us all. And, there's this deep Jewish conspiracy. So it's like, of course you think Israel controls Trump. Of course you think that. Why wouldn't you think that? I don't know if I believe that, though. And I'm not retarded for not believing that. That's a conspiracy theory. And it may be true and it may not, but you're not retarded for believing it, because I'm sure there's enough evidence, there's weird things, that you can connect together and you can say, look at this, and you can make a case. You could probably make a case. A reasonable case that somebody would say, I could see why you think that. I could see what you're seeing there. But that doesn't mean that I see it all the way you see it, where I'm like, well, maybe it's just, I don't know. I get what you see here, but maybe you're looking a little too deep into that. Maybe you're seeing it a little too wrong. That I get hating Israel, but that doesn't make Iran some heroes or something. That doesn't make Iran like some good guys or something. No, they're bad too. Let's say Israel's bad. Let's just go with it. Israel's bad. Well, Iran's bad too. So when they start blowing each other up, I'll be honest with you, I don't give a shit. When did I get on here and start crying? Oh my God, Iran bombed Israel. When did I cry about it? I never cried about that. I don't care about that. I don't care that they bomb each other. Go ahead. I don't care about Israel, bro. I've never been there. I don't know anybody from there. I don't care, I don't want them to get nuked on the earth. But I don't want anyone to get nuked. I don't want any civilians to get killed. If you want to blowing up some military bases, some nuclear sites or whatever, that's one thing. But, bombing a city is another thing. I don't want to see terrorists go in and start killing people in their homes. I don't want to see a city getting bombed. But, that's what happens when you go to war. Israel attacked Iran. Iran attacked back. You're going to have people getting killed. That's war. Israel started that war with Iran, just like Gaza started the war with Israel. It is what it is. What do you think's going to happen? That's what I'm saying when Trump's in a tricky situation because he's been telling these people you're not getting a bomb, and they're just calling his bluff. And at what point do you act like the leader of the world? At what point do you not show the world, hey, I run shit. I'm the president of the United States of America, the most powerful man in the world. I told you you're not allowed to have that. I don't see why you're not like, I think it's about Israel. That's what I'm saying. Like, normally I feel like you'd be like, yeah, Trump did what needed to be done. He put them motherfuckers in their place. That's Trump. He ain't no bitch. But because Israel's involved, clouds the judgment. You see what I mean? It causes you to be like, fucking Trump, man. I feel like normally it'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, Trump. He's a badass. He fucking does what needs to be done. He don't take no shit from nobody. But Israel's involved. We did this because Israel wanted us to do it. Oh my God, fucking Israel. Even though Trump has proven time and time again he can't be bought, he does what he wants to do. How many times he got to prove it? You can't just say Trump did this because he felt he needed to do it. He wanted to do it. Wasn't because Israel was telling him to do it, blackmailing, whatever. He really believed that they had a bomb, they were getting a bomb, whatever. And he was the only man that could put a stop to it. See, it really shows what you think about Trump. You guys see him, and I've said this many times. I've said this over the years. You guys view Trump the same way liberals view him. It's actually crazy, but you do. You see him as a dictator. You see him as this Hitler-like figure.
even though he's not even close. But you buy into it just like they do. And you buy into the narrative. The liberals are putting the narrative out there that he's going to go to war with Iran. This is all, he wants war with Iran, all this and shit. He's controlled by Israel. Netanyahu controls him. This is all liberal narratives, and you are right lockstep in. And I've been saying this. I did a stream a couple months ago talking about this, where it's like so crazy how similar you guys are. You guys like every time. And that's why the like real hardcore MAGA people do not like you motherfuckers at all. And I can see why. Like, you're just fucking, the way you think about Trump, you think he's this bad, evil guy. Just like liberals. Oh, he's evil. He's controlled by Netanyahu. He's evil. The deep state controls him. Oh, yeah. Instead of thinking, well, Trump's doing what he feels is right based on intel. No, you go right to he's evil, like George Bush. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? Crazy. He couldn't have handled it any better. Attacked them and said, all right, America is done. We have no further plans to attack. We hit the nuclear sites. We told you no bomb. Made that clear. 60 days. Tried to negotiate. Didn't want to do it. I told you what I would do if you didn't. I did it. Man of my word. If now I'm going to tell you this, motherfucker. Now that I've proven to you that I'm a man of my word and I do what I say I'm going to do, if you fuck with me and don't listen to me, here's what I'm going to tell you next. If you kill any soldiers, attack any of our shit, I'm fucking you up. I'm fucking you up in ways you ain't ever seen. So it's your move. Now, normally I feel like you guys would be like, damn, Trump ain't no punk, but it's Israel. So you have to act like clowns. Sad. Sad because it's another victory for Trump. Trump wins again. Trump wins again. Trump handled it perfectly because he said, we're done. So that's it. No troops are coming. No, we're done. No more attacks. We're done. No more strikes. We did what we wanted to do here with these nuke sites. That's all it was about for us. We're done. Good luck. If Israel wants to fight you, got nothing to do with us. Good luck. You should be rejoicing. You should be saying, oh, yeah, Trump. Because you were saying Trump was going to start a full-on war with Iran. He was going to bomb Tehran. He was going to do all this shit. None of it happened. None of it happened. Trump did exactly what he said he was going to do, hit the nuke sites. You said this wasn't about the nuke sites. You said this was about regime change. No, obviously not. Trump hit the fucking nuke sites and said, we're done. We're done unless you escalate this further. Now the ball's in Iran's court. It's not like Trump killed the leader of Iran and then said, all right, now sit the fuck down. He didn't do that. He bombed these nuclear sites. Now, if you attack us, now I'm going to kill you. They know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to kill them. They know that. They know that. What do you think that threat a couple of days ago was about where he said we could kill that guy anytime we want? Why do you think he said that? He's sending the message. We can kill you when we want, but we don't want to do that, but you can't have a bomb. We want you to negotiate, but you won't, so maybe we have to hit it. He told them. Remember, he tweeted out, call me and let's negotiate. There's still time to talk about this. The time to talk was done. It got hit. We're done. Now, if you fuck with me, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That Ayatollah will be dead within 24 hours. They kill a single troop. I know it. He don't want to do it. I think he knows that deep inside. I could get a false flag, though. I mean, like I said, the Jews are sneaky. The Jews, I don't put it past nobody. There's a lot of sneaky shit in the world. Maybe Israel tries to pull some crazy shit false flag off and get us into the war. Suck us in. That could happen. But maybe wait for it to happen before you get off on your crazy. Like, wait for the attack to happen, then
Then come up with your theory and say, oh, this was Israel, and here's the evidence as to why. All I've heard all day is like, what if? What if this happens? What? Like, relax. What if a pig fly? Remember that? Remember that? Remember Trump told that woman, what if a bomb? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? I mean, what the fuck? Stupid bitch. What kind of question is that? What if a bomb? I don't know what the fuck. What if? I don't know. What if Iran nukes New York? They'll be wiped off the face of the earth. What do you think's going to happen? Like, the questions some of these people have been asking me today is dumb as shit. What do you think's going to happen if Iran nukes America? Oh, let me tell you something. We're not going to be on Twitter or Discord arguing about it. That's for goddamn sure. We're going to be in panic mode. We're going to be like, holy shit. And Iran's getting leveled with nuclear weapons. So, I mean, what do you think's going to happen? Good God. I don't even think Iran has missiles capable of reaching America, as far as we know. I think we worry about them having nukes, using them in the surrounding area. I think we have concern with them giving them to a terrorist, because we know Iran funds terrorism. And I think that's the fear. They get nukes. Maybe one of these terrorist groups sets one of these nukes off, smuggles one of these nukes into a country and sets it off. And people act like that's a crazy fear. Like, oh my God, why would anybody think that would happen? What are you talking about? The country that chants death to America all the time is, we want them to have nukes. Like, what the fuck? I don't want them to have a nuke. So, if we can hit the nuke side, if we can stop them from having one or delay it or whatever we can do without putting American troops at risk, I say do it. I say do it. People crack me up and I'm like, I'm against war. I'm against American soldiers dying. I'm not against bombing a bunch of fucking terrorist thugs. Like when he was bombing the Houthis, everybody's like, oh my God, Smokey, oh, you're pro-war now? What American troops are being sent to war? We're bombing a bunch of fucking dorks with superior air power. Our soldiers in the air ain't at risk of these fucking dorks. These dorks ain't doing nothing to us. What are you talking about? I'm against dropping soldiers on the battlefield, having them roaming around some foreign land, getting murdered by fucking psychos. Some jungle somewhere. Some hellhole getting dropped into it. That's what I'm against. See, I don't know if you know about Ukraine, Russia, but men are just dying by the thousands every week, just killing each other on a battlefield. Some serious shit going on. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but it's fucking insane. It's a little bit different from hitting a nuclear facility with a bomb from thousands of feet in the air where they can't even see you. They can't even detect these goddamn planes we got flying over. The risk to our soldiers is very low. Well, Iran's going to start attacking our soldiers in the area. Yeah. I bet they are. What are they, suicidal? You really think that's going to happen? See, when you run a country or you're the Secretary of Defense, you got to think logically. You got to really think about this. Does Iran really have the capabilities to fight America? No, they don't. Do you really think they're going to start attacking our soldiers? I mean, really? And you got to decide. And maybe they do. And maybe you end up being wrong. But that's why you're the goddamn general. That's why you're the Secretary of Defense. That's why you're the Commander-in-Chief. Because you got to make tough fucking decisions. While we all sit on Twitter and argue about it like a bunch of faggots, you have to look at all the intel given and really make a decision on this. And when you're Trump, you're thinking, well, I don't want to have a big ass war. I don't want to do all that. But I don't want these motherfuckers to have a bomb. Why do you think this guy's been having cabinet meetings? He's been meeting with the cabinet all these days and shit. People keep saying, well, why is he meeting again? Because he's trying to figure out what to do here. He doesn't want to start a big war, but he doesn't want them to have, he wants to take these sites out. He doesn't want them to have this bomb. It's a complicated situation. And you have to make a decision here. Because you're the leader of the free world. You're the president of the world. You run the world. You're Donald Trump. If you had to get up and make these decisions, you'd piss your little panties. Fucking dorks sitting around crying. Problem with Biden was he wasn't the one making the decision. Some shadowy figure with an auto pen was doing it. That's the problem we had with Biden. That's what really was the big problem with Biden. Like you knew like all these decisions would get made and you were like, God, who's really making these decisions? It's not even Biden. Like you're mad at Biden. It's like I was telling Judy the other day, I was like, I've come to realize like Biden wasn't even running it. I'm not even mad at Biden anymore. He didn't even do any of this. Someone else did this and pretended he did it. The auto pen. Trump said that shit the other day. He was like, or a couple months ago, he's like, Joe would never let all these illegals in. Joe wasn't running nothing. Joe didn't know nothing about this. The Joe we know. He said the Joe we know wouldn't have done this. It makes a lot of sense, though. I think it was like Stephen A. Smith was talking about this, where he was like, Obama was the deporter-in-chief. He deported all these illegals. He said, how did we go from deporter-in-chief, Vice President Biden right there by his side, to Joe Biden becomes president and lets in 10 million illegal aliens? Like, how does that happen? And he was in, Bill O'Reilly was like, because Biden wasn't running anything. It wasn't Biden. It was the people around Biden that were doing this. It's so true, man. I actually feel sorry for Biden in a way because Biden never really got to be the president. He wanted to be the president his whole life. He ran in the 80s and he failed because he lied and they called him. But everybody else was probably lying too, so fuck. You know what I mean? It's kind of not fair to just, you know. That's why I tell Junior, he's like, Trump lied. I'm like, you love liars. You vote for him all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Lies. Shut up. You eat lies up. But poor Biden, when he finally became president, he wasn't even really the president. He wasn't capable of being the president. Like, he really was a puppet president. Like, it's crazy. People say that about presidents, but I'm sure all presidents weren't complete puppets. You know, they had a mind, they had, you know, some power, I guess. But Biden really was a puppet president. He was controlled by others with the auto pen. He never got to be the president. And he'll go down in history as one of the worst presidents we ever had. And it's really not fair to him because he never actually got to be the president. We never actually got to see Joe Biden with power and what he would do. We got to see someone puppeteering. We got to see Joe Biden with somebody's hand up his ass doing everything. But we didn't get to see what Biden really would. And Biden probably would have not opened the border wide open. But then again, you know, Obama, where was Obama standing up saying anything? Why didn't Obama say, why is the border wide open and fucking pouring it? It is weird, bro, to deport like 3 million motherfuckers and then your nickname is Deporter-in-Chief, and then like 10 years later, you've completely like, you've just let the border open. It doesn't even make sense. Unless you think about it that it's TDS. TDS explains everything. If you just, because when you think about it, makes no sense. How did this happen? But when you factor in the TDS, you go, oh, that's it. They went crazy. Trump drove them insane. And whatever Trump is for, they have to be against. So Trump is for a secure border. We have to be against a secure border. Open it wide. TDS explains everything that makes no sense. It explains it all. Trump really drove these people crazy. They really fucking lost their minds. And it's really all because of Donald Trump. I know that sounds crazy, but that really was a lot of these people used to be sane, rational people. They really did. Maybe not completely, but in a lot of ways. And Trump literally drove them off the deep end. Drove them off. That's why they were pushing transgender stuff. It really was about Trump. Like, anything they associated with MAGA or Trump, they just had to go all in on. So when MAGA starts coming out and they're like, well, nah, women shouldn't be, men shouldn't be in the women's bathroom, whatever. Oh, God, now we got to be all for it. Well, men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Now we're all for it. TDS destroyed them. They'll be a lot better off when Trump is gone. Maybe they'll be able to kind of calm down a little bit. I don't know, though. They're crazy about J.D. Vance. And I think he's going to be the next president. So, oh, God. We'll have Vance derangement syndrome next. It's the darndest thing. Well, now what? I think I'm going to get off here. Watch TV, go to bed. God, I bet it's going to be hot tomorrow, ain't it? Fuck's sake. That walk to work is brutal. It's so fucking hot. It was 90 degrees today. You know, it was 78 degrees today in England. They were crying about it. Remember I talked about that a few weeks ago? They were crying about it today. Guy was like, it's going to be 78 degrees today, and I got to work 8 hours. Pray for me. Oh, God. It's 78 fucking degrees. I've worked in 110, 20 degree heat in a fucking hot ass factory with hot machines next to you, pushing off heat all over the place. So it made it hot as fuck. 100 degrees outside, inside 120. Inside one goddamn 20, that hot machine pushing the heat all around you. Sweating, pouring sweat. Dump water all over yourself. Clothes be dry in 5 minutes. Hot. Hot as fuck. Moisture sucked out of the fucking air. You sweat, the sweat just fucking dries up. It's so fucking hot. Try working in a fucking metal plating factory in the summer with no AC. Try that. Fucking 78 degrees, crying like a bitch. Crying. How about buy an air conditioning unit? Buy a window unit. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Can England not get window units or something? The government banned it or something? They banned AC? I don't understand. Get a window unit. 78 is not even that hot. I mean, I keep my apartment at 70 degrees, but I wouldn't say it's super comfortable, but it's not fucking. It's not the end of the damn world. 78 degrees. You can survive. You'll be fine. I mean, 78 degrees with a nice fan blowing on you, that's fine. You'll feel fine. You don't even need AC with a nice fan blowing. What are you crying about? England is the softest pussies. That's why I'm saying the Muslims taking England over. England has they can't compete with those Muslim men. Those Muslim men are going to take their women, take their country. And the men who don't submit are going to be beheaded in the street. I've been predicting it for years, and you'll see it on TV one day. You'll say, holy shit. Smokey. I'll be long dead. You'll be like, I remember that guy used to talk about that all the time. Holy shit. They're beheading him in the street. And you'll be like, thank God we elected Trump that one year. He started deporting these motherfuckers. You'll say, God, maybe we need a Muslim ban. That's what you'll say. Sharia law will be implemented. It's hard to feel sorry for England because they keep voting for more of it, too. They love it so much. Like, Muslims are coming to take over Europe. They're taking Europe. Nothing Europe can do about it. There's already too many of them in the country. And they have a lot of kids. Those Muslim people, they have a ton of kids. They're going to outbreed you. They're going to play the long game on you. And so 20, 30 years down the road, a lot of these European countries will be controlled by Islam. They'll have Islamic laws and shit because Muslim people will be the majority and they'll vote for it. They'll say, oh, fuck, we don't want this in this country no more. We vote for it. Vote for something new. Vote for Islam. Maybe it won't be complete Sharia law. I don't know, though, because, I don't remember who this guy was, but some businessman, some Muslim businessman, he's from some Muslim country over there. And he was talking about this. He was like, the people that, all these so-called refugees they sent to Europe, he's like, these are some real bad Muslims. He's like, we don't even like these Muslims. And we tried to warn them about these Muslims, but they didn't listen to us. So these must be the real radical Muslims. These must be the Muslims that will vote for Sharia law and shit. These aren't the moderate Muslims. This is what he was trying to say. These ain't the moderate Muslims. These are the Muslims we don't want in our countries. And they're shipping them to your country. Trump is right about that they're sending the citizens they don't want to other countries. Trump is dead on about that. It makes total sense, too. Makes total sense. If you know the American border is wide open, and you could just take some fucking, a bunch of thugs and say, get the fuck out of our country, don't come back. You could take them and drop them off on the United States border and say, don't, the fuck out of here. Now you're putting these lunatics in America. You're weakening America. You're getting them the fuck out of your country, so you ain't got to deal with them no more. Your country gets better. And you don't have to kill them, and because if they kill them, everyone's having a panic attack. Human rights. Oh. They're killing lunatics. Killing some fucking lunatic. Human rights. Oh. So you can't kill them, so you got... Send them to America. Get them out of here. Send them to Europe. Like, you put them on a boat, you say, get the fuck out of here and don't come back. And then these people got to figure out where to go, and they go to Europe, they go to America. Because they know they can just get over them, they can go right in. And you probably get some welfare and everything. And I think in Europe, hell, they give you everything. Hell, in America, too. Probably not now. Not right now. Probably not a good time to come now. But Europe's wide open. Except Poland. Poland ain't having it. Poland doesn't want nothing to do with it. Who can blame them? It's a mess. Imagine if a bunch of white people just started flooding into Iran. I'm sure that would go over well. A bunch of white people just showed up. We're living here in Iran now. We're here. I'm sure it would go well. I'm sure Iran would open their arms. Iran would open fire. But But hey, that's their right. It's their country. Liberals would defend that. If a bunch of MAGAs got on a plane and or got on a boat or whatever and tried to go live in a Muslim country just illegally, and then they got executed, firing squatted, liberals would defend it and rejoice. But when illegal gets put on a plane and flew home to his country, it is the worst thing that ever happened. It is just like the Holocaust. It is the same thing. I remember when Anne Frank talked about how she got put on a plane and flown first class home to her country. What a heart-wrenching tale it was. All the Jews, all the stories from the Holocaust about the Jews being put on planes and flown home to their home. See, you can't even make it sound bad. You know, in every movie you've ever watched, going home was a good thing. Oh, he's going home. Homeward Bound, the dog, the cat, they're going home. They're going on an incredible journey to go home. We got to get home. There's nothing wrong with going home. You keep trying to make going home sound bad. It's never going to sound bad. It doesn't work. You keep telling the public, he's sending them home. Well, what's wrong with that? Hell, I want to go home. I can't wait to be home. I love being at home. So it doesn't sound bad. It doesn't pull at the heartstrings of the public. Now, if you could convince me that they're killing these people, then you would say, oh, that's fucked up. They're just killing them. What the hell? They're gassing them in a chamber somewhere? Oh, that's horrible. But that's not happening, you see? But you're acting like going home is the same as being put in the gas chamber. That's how you're acting. And that's not going to work. Because you're hyperventilating like someone's being put in a gas chamber. And while you're hyperventilating, you're like, they're going home. You're not saying they're being put in a gas. You're freaking out like that's happening. But the words that are coming out of your mouth are, he's sending them home. He's sending them home. And I'm like, relax. What's the big deal? You're all worked up like people are dying. Like people are being gassed by the millions. But that's not happening. People are being flown safely home on a jet. They're not being put on a little raft and pushed out into the ocean. They're not being sent across the border like somebody just walks over, drops them off right at the border and says, walk your ass across the desert, see ya. No. They're on a flight being dropped off at the airport in their country. Incredible. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? See, you should have stuck to the CCOT thing. Because maybe you would have had some legs to stand on that. You know, you could have said, oh, he's putting them in a foreign prison or whatever. Well, first of all, they're illegals. I don't give a shit. And they're criminal. These are criminal illegals. These are illegals that committed real crimes, like they killed people and raped people, like serious shit. So they're going to a CCOT. And that's actually where they fucking belong, quite frankly. Because they're lunatics. But maybe you could have, that sounded better, saying that, where you're like, he's sending them to a foreign prison. Ooh, that sounds, that don't sound good. He's sending, you see the difference? He's sending them to a foreign prison. He's sending them home. You can't even make that sound sinister. He's sending them home. It just sounds good. It's hard to make it sound bad. He's going home. See? Even if he tries. He's going home. Even if you start crying. He's going home. It sounds good. Yes, he's going home. God damn it. Good for him. Good for him. It doesn't sound bad at all. He's going to a foreign prison. They're sending him to a foreign prison. Oh, fucking horrible. Oh, the poor bastard. He's going home. Oh, makes me want to stand up and clap for him. Good for him. Imagine getting a first class ticket on a plane home. I mean, you'll never, that doesn't sound bad at all. And I know they love their country. Hell, they're waving the flag in the middle of the street in our country. So I know they love their country. I know they love it. So what's better than to send them, hey, go ahead and pack your flag. I got you a plane home to Mexico. You love it so much. I seen you. God, I wish I worked for ICE. I wouldn't even wear a fucking mask. I'd say, put me on the, I want to go find the guy in this picture that was waving the flag. I want to find him. And when I found him, I'd say, yeah, fold that flag up, brother. You're going home. Mexico. Seen you. I'd pull the picture out. I'd say, yeah, that's you. There you are there. We found you. You're out of here. You're going to Mexico. You got to be like Tom Holman on TV taunting them and shit. Don't worry. They'll give you a bunch of security. And if a liberal kills you, don't worry. Don't worry. Trust me, we'll make them pay for it. We'll use it against them in the election. They'll lose more power. That's the last thing they want to do is start killing ICE. That wouldn't go well either for them. They really nothing they can do. If you really want to turn the public against illegal immigration, boy, that would do it. Make yourself look crazy as hell. They keep saying, why do the ICE agents got masks on? Because you want to kill them. Well, you know, no immigration officer has died since like the 50s. Yeah, probably because they're wearing masks now, huh? We want to keep it that way. you know something I've noticed about some of these ICE agents, though? In some of these pictures? They're clearly foreigners. These are not white people. So a lot of ICE people they look to be Hispanic or something. They look brown. The legal immigrants don't like you people. I've been saying that for years. The legal immigrants want these illegals out of here, and I'm telling you right now, they're loving it. They're loving it. I bet you a lot of them work for ICE too. I bet they love dragging these motherfuckers out of here. Because you know they had to stand in line and wait for years and all this shit. And these motherfuckers cut in line. Imagine if somebody was cutting everybody in a line at like the bank or something. And imagine if you could grab his ass and drag him out of the bank. And nobody would stop you. And nobody would do nothing to you. It's not against the law. You're actually allowed to do it. You're actually authorized by the government to do it. Imagine how great it would feel to be able to just drag his ass out of there. You cut the line. Get out of here, you fucking clown. And you could take his ass right to the back. No, he doesn't even get to stand in line anymore. He's out of here. You can't even come here legally now. Get the fuck out of here. They're like, this guy was illegal and he was in court and he was trying to get a hearing to get citizenship. And when he came out of the court, ICE just grabbed his ass and deported him. And I think that's funny as hell, bro. That's funny as fuck to me. That's funny. Because you got all these people that are in another country right now. They're filling out paperwork. They're trying to come here legally. This son of a bitch cut the line. He cut the line. Now he's arguing with management about why he should be able to cut the line. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking dork. Get the fuck. Let me tell you something right now. The way I think about these things, I guarantee a majority of the country thinks the same goddamn way about it. Nobody likes a line cutter. I love seeing that guy get drug out. As soon as he walked out of the hearing, they grabbed him. And they was fighting in the hallway. And then some brown dude, some like Mexican dude had to grab this one dude by the throat. I don't know. I think he was a senator or something. I don't know. But this guy looked like he's from Mexico, but he's here legally, right? He's illegal. He's security. And he's like, settle down. We're deporting this guy. We're getting him out of here. He's going home. He's getting in the back of the line. He thinks he can cut the line and then come in here and argue with customer service. Get him the fuck out of here. Because that's all it is. He's in there arguing with customer service, arguing with the court. Well, I should be allowed to stay. He's talking to the manager. And the CEO just walked in and said, get him the fuck out of here. Donald Trump, CEO. Get him the fuck out of this place. Get him out of the building now. But he's in there with customer service. Fuck customer service. I overrule them. Get him the fuck out of here. We got him out of here. Get him in the back of the line. You see all these people, I got a line of people out the door here trying to get in here. Tell him get out of here. And he ain't allowed back in either. He should have stood in line like everybody else. I like that. I'm for that. Judy sent me that. He was like, oh my God, Smokey, you agree with this? And I thought about it for a while, and yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Deport every single, let me make this clear, so you don't have to ask me, don't ever ask me again. Deport the women, the children, and the men. Deport Hector that cuts the lawn. Deport, you had a chance to keep Hector. I want to make this clear. You had a chance to keep Hector here. You wanted to play games. We're done with the games. Hector's leaving now because of you. There has to be consequences for your fucking behavior over the last 8 years. And the consequence is they all have to return home. They're all going home. The first term we try to negotiate with you and compromise, we'll deport the criminals. Hector can stay. I remember saying that, and everybody wanted to argue with me. No, the criminals should be able to stay, and Hector. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Now Hector and the criminals go. Everybody goes, and if you keep running your mouth, you'll go too. Settle down. You are done. We're done with you. We're done with your mouth. We're done with these liberals. I'm telling you right now. You fuck the country up. You fuck the economy up. You fuck the border up. There's 20 million illegals in here. It's out of control. The whole factories full of them. So many jobs taken. We're done. We're done. We've seen it now. We see them raid these factories, and half the factories illegal aliens. It's insane. And then the next day, the lobby is full of American citizens trying to get the job. Oh, what a coincidence. There's 60 men in the community that now get to work at the factory and make a living and have a place to live and have a life in America. And while you may look down on that life because it's not good enough for you because you're going to be a crypto billionaire like Andrew Tate, those 60 men get to have a real life. They don't live a fantasy dream like you that's never going to happen. They have a job, they have a life. And it's better than the life they had before because now they have a job. Because 67 illegals are gone and they're not taking the job. Working at a food factory probably pays pretty fucking good too. Probably get overtime and shit too. Sounds like a good ass job. I mean, if you're not a pussy ass bitch, sounds like a good job to make some money. And now 67 illegals making money, sending it back to Mexico. Now 67 Americans making a living, keeping the money in the community, keeping the money in America. America prospering. Americans succeeded. If you don't like it, nobody cares. Go fuck yourself. That's why you lost. And that's why you'll continue to lose. Because you're anti-American. You don't stand with the American people. You don't stand with Trump. You're a coward and a clown. And you will continue to lose. Because America always wins and Trump always wins. And together can't lose. Accept it. If you stand with Trump, you can't lose. If you keep on acting like a faggot, trying to sabotage Trump, Trump's own supporters trying to fuck him over. Pathetic. I want to hear no more about loyalty. All we heard during the primary was loyalty. Where's the loyalty? Trump blows up a couple of nuke sites and you're having a panic attack. Trump's like, no nuclear bombs for them. And you're like, meh. You're like, Iran's going to fuck Trump up now. Like, wow. That's what you're saying. You're just like, Iran's going to fuck Trump up now. Trump is done. You sound just like a liberal. Trump is done. No, you're done. You're done. Because we're all going to remember this. This pathetic display we've seen over the past week. We're going to remember you. You're done. The liberals are already done. You want to latch on to their wagon, you go right ahead. They're going off the side of a cliff and you're latching on to them. Let me hitch my wagon to the back. And I'm like, that wagon is going over that. Look at the front. It's hanging off. It's flying over the cliff. They're going off the cliff of madness and insanity. And you're like, I'm going to hitch it on the back. Going off the side with them. Why? We won. We won. What are you doing? I don't want to win. Trump said it. You get tired of winning. He said that too. You're tired of winning. You're like, Iran not getting a nuclear weapon. That's not a win for America. Like, what? Is it a win for him to get one? I don't understand. So you're jumping the gun. You're acting like something really bad has happened, but it's not happened yet. So you're just panicking about nothing. You got to wait for it to happen. You got to wait for there to be consequences from this, and then you jump on it. See, I can talk about the Ukraine war and Biden because it's been going on for 3 goddamn years. Or 4 years or something crazy. It's been going on for a while. Right? There's a big body count. It's an endless war. All this money. People compare the two like those similar things. This stuff with Iran is brand new. We don't know what's going to happen. Ukraine shit's been going on and on and on. Billions of dollars spent. Billions of dollars lost. We don't know what happened to it. It got laundered. We don't know. They say it got laundered. We know what happened. But we're supposed to forget all that. It's the same thing. Like, people are retarded. It's the same thing, Smokey. It's the same thing. Ukraine, Russia, it's the same as what's going on with Iran. It's not the same goddamn thing. It's not even close to the same goddamn thing. One's been going on for years. One just happened. And it hasn't even led to full-scale war. What are you talking about? Iran is not striking America at all. Trump did 3 strikes and said, that's it, I'm done. I hit the nukes, I'm done. Like, how is that comparable to a war that's been going on for years and thousands of men have died on both sides? How does that make any sense? It's not the same thing. If I say, hey, maybe we should end that war, that Russia-Ukraine, maybe it's time to end that, Maybe it's time to cut the funding off and end all that. It's time to put an end to it. You can say that and then say, maybe we can strike the nuke site. It's not the same thing. Who said send soldiers in? Nobody's saying that. Not even Trump is saying that. Only you people are saying send soldiers in. You're in a fantasy that we're going to send soldiers. Nobody has suggested doing that, by the way. Not a single person. And you keep saying it's going to happen, but nobody has said that at all. Israel's not said it. Fucking Trump hasn't said it. Hegseth, nobody. Nobody suggested that. Except you and lunatic liberals. Weird, ain't it? And your ego is so twisted. You want full-scale war with Iran so you can be right. Ain't that crazy? Like, now you're hoping, this is the weird part about it. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to hope you open that phone and see that I'm wrong. You're going to hope that I'm wrong so you can come talk shit. Ain't that sick? But that's the way you're going to feel about it now. And that's, truth be told, that's why I'm so arrogant, because I want you to feel that way. Because I find that funny, that I can make you wake up tomorrow morning hoping that Iran has struck some soldiers and killed them or something, so you can come in and, oh, Smokey, you don't know shit. It's so twisted, ain't it? But deep down, you want to wake up tomorrow and see that Iran leveled a base or something. Then you can talk shit. Then you can come in here and say, you don't know shit. See, will you condemn Trump now? And you don't realize you've lost your goddamn mind. You don't realize you're becoming the liberal. Like, that liberals wake up every day hoping. Like, I didn't hope Joe Biden failed. I hoped he succeeded. It wasn't my fault that he failed. I wasn't wishing for it to happen. I wanted to be wrong. But I knew I wasn't going to be. But I wanted to be wrong. You all want to be right about all this failure. It's just weird. You voted for Trump. He told you he was going to be hard on Iran. He told you he was going to do tariffs. He told you. And he does all this stuff, and now you're mad about it. It's just weird to me. So strange. I've never seen a politician run, win, do exactly what he said he was going to do, and people get mad about it. Like, people say, well, he's going to lose all his supporters now. And I'm like, what? How do you get that? He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Well, he said he's anti-war. Well, he didn't start a war. If you bomb somebody and nothing happens after that, it's not a war. You just fucking smack the bitch, and that's the end of it. You know how you can, like, punch a guy, and then you just knock him out, it's over. Like, that can happen, right? So you can... That's what Trump's doing here. He's like, here, I'm hitting you, and I'm done. And he's telling them, I'm done. So go sit down somewhere. It's their move now. If Trump was a warmonger controlled by Netanyahu, he would have just went all in with regime change. He didn't. So that debunks your little theory right there. This is about bombs. It's not about regime change. For him. Now, Israel, that's a different story. But I guarantee you they wanted more than this. They wanted Trump to really go all in. And he didn't. I think it's a balanced, reasonable decision he made. I don't get the outrage. Very adult decision, I felt. Very balanced, reasonable. Doesn't seem crazy. Thought the statement afterwards was perfect. Made it clear. We're done. We're no more attacks. We're done. That's it. We did what we said we were going to do. And I know behind the scenes he's been telling them he would do it if they didn't cooperate with this. So they knew this was coming. They even said they evacuated the site. So, clearly they knew that clearly he's been saying, listen. I mean, he's been saying it publicly. I'm sure he was saying even worse privately. Sure, he was real clear in private. You don't want him to be a taco. You want to criticize him when he tells people he's going to do something, and then he does like he extends the deadline and stuff. You get mad about that. But then when he doesn't extend the deadline on this, you're like, fuck. I mean, is there ever a time for Trump to prove that he's a man of his word? Like, you don't understand how that's important for the president to stand on business? Doesn't make sense to you? Like when he put all those tariffs on them countries and shit, like after he said he was going to do it. And he kept giving them delays. He did the same thing with Iran. He extended. But there has to be a point where you say, okay, I gave you a chance. To me, that's good leadership. Like, I don't understand. I don't get y'all's free. I don't get what. And I think in time you'll realize you're freaking out about nothing. You realize this was just pure leadership. You have to be willing to do what you say you're going to do. And if you never do what you say you're going to do, if you keep letting people call your bluff over and over, then you're nothing at all. You have no power. Nobody cares. Nobody listens to you. Peace through strength. This is what it means. Sometimes you got to show the strength. And then you got to say, hey, I can do a lot worse than that. I took it easy on you, actually. I took it really easy on you. Go sit down somewhere. We're done here. And any reasonable person would say, yeah, we're done here. Because clearly this guy ain't playing around with us. This guy means business. You wanted a weak leader, I guess. You should have voted for Kamala Harris. If you wanted somebody that was going to play nice with these motherfuckers, you should have voted Harris, honestly. Hey, she would have gave them money and stuff. She would have helped fund Iran to have a nuclear weapon. You voted for the wrong candidate if you wanted that, I guess. Now, I don't know what led you to believe that Trump was going to be soft on Iran. I really don't understand where you got that from. He's always been very hard, so I just don't get it. Don't understand that one. A lot of you claim to know you claim to know who Trump is and stuff, but I think you just listen to liberal media, I think, a lot. Even though you know they're lying to you, just eat it up. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Then you act like you got betrayed or something. And anybody that's really been paying attention is like, no, Trump been talking about that. What are you talking about? Trump's like, let me make it clear. They cannot have a bomb. And you're like, I don't know why he did this. Like, what the fuck? He's been telling you. He's been going on about this for 15 fucking years on Twitter. You know how many tweets there is about this? You know how many interviews there is about this? From like the 2000s, 2010s and shit. Tons of interviews of him talking about this. Tons of interviews of him saying Obama was too soft on Iran. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Any final thoughts before I go? World War III is a big deal, but World War III hasn't happened, so you're jumping the gun. I keep saying, quit jumping the gun. Let it happen, then you start bitching. Then you start going, see what Trump has got us into now? But you're saying that and nothing's happened. That's what I'm saying. Now you're hoping it. Now you have to hope it happens so you can be right. You're setting yourself up for failure. Because if you're right, that's failure. That's not something to be. You don't want to be right about it. But you have no choice to. You have to be right. Your ego can't handle being wrong about it. All right, I'm hopping off here.